Okay, everybody, welcome to the Ward F Community Caucus, where we dissect the City Council agenda. The next City Council meeting is taking place on Wednesday, August 14th, with the Council Caucus taking place on Monday at 10 a.m. I'm going to open up the waiting room so no one has to wait anymore and everybody can just make their way on in. If you're watching on Facebook, on social media, feel free to go to everythingwardf.com/caucus and you can make your way into the Zoom meeting and participate live. If you're watching a recording, feel free to send us any emails with any notes that you might have. Again, if you're watching live and you'd like to participate via Zoom, you can go to everythingwardf.com, click on Community Caucus, and there you can click on the Zoom link. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Let me disable the waiting room. So that you click on this blue Zoom link here, and you can join the caucus live as opposed to just watching on Facebook. We will try to, if you're gonna make comments, don't make comments on Facebook, just send us an email. That would be best because I can't watch all comment sections at one time. Without further ado, if you're watching from home, you can click on View the City Council Agenda right above the Join link, or you can just follow as I'm sharing my screen. Welcome everybody who is on the Zoom. I just want to confirm that you can't see my screen. Okay, so we have the agenda items listed on the left, and then we'll be clicking on each item to read them in detail on the right. As I mentioned, this is the agenda for the regular meeting of the Municipal Council, Wednesday, August 14th, 2024 at 6 p.m. A lot of people don't understand how the caucus and council meetings work or why they're so important. The council meetings are where the council checks the mayor's administration. So being that in previous years, or we've had the line where council members run on the same ticket as the mayor, it's kind of things kind of get gray. It's like a gray area because how are council members checking the mayor, right? When you're supposed to have checks and balances when they ran on the same ticket as the mayor. So that's why we, Councilman Gilmore, ran independent. So he doesn't owe the mayor any favors. He didn't use any of the mayor's dollars to run for office. So he gets to be independent and have his independent voice and vote against the mayor's administration's agenda items if he wants to or if he deems necessary. Just like the president chooses members of the Supreme Court, just as the mayor chooses his cabinet, the mayor chooses his administration. All of the division directors are selected by the mayor. And so they do what the mayor suggests. And they put forth laws and ordinances and resolutions that are in line with the mayor's agenda. And so it is the council's responsibility to check that agenda and make sure the agenda items are what's best for the people. The council are, just like the mayor, are voted in by the mayor. So the caucus meetings, council meetings are our city's way of incorporating checks and balances. So we have to vote on everything the mayor's administration puts forth. With that being said, we're going to go through the ordinances first. These are things that are going into law, like no turning on red, or we need to put a new stop sign up. So traffic laws, parking laws, commerce laws, like anything that is going to turn into a law that needs to be enforced is an ordinance. So these are first readings. All ordinances must be read twice. The first reading is an introduction with no public hearing, and then they turn into second readings at the following meeting where the public will have an opportunity to be heard. So because the public doesn't have an opportunity to be heard during first readings, it makes our community caucuses on Saturday that much more valuable because we get to hear the public's input in advance of the second reading. So without further ado, we have Section 3, ordinances, first reading. Our first ordinance is 3.1, an ordinance amending Chapter 160, fees and charges, Section 1, fee schedule established. Subsection X, Chapter 254, property maintenance, the fee schedule for the lead-based hazard inspection of rental units pursuant to PL 2021 C-182. So this ordinance is related to the lead-based hazard inspection and the fees associated with it. So we're going to look at your, and to find changes in this ordinance, we're going to look for underlined matter. That's items that are newly added, and then crossed out matter are items that have been changed. So now the inspection fee will be non-refundable and payable by the property owner in an amount of $200 instead of $250 per unit. So I guess previously it used to be refundable. Now it's non-refundable, and it's $200 per unit in a dwelling. So if you have a two-family house, it's going to be $400. If you have a four-family house, it's going to be $800. Inspected for lead-based paint hazards pursuant to the Lead Hazard Control Assistance Act, provided, however, a property owner may directly hire a contractor certified by the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs to satisfy the inspection law requirements. So you can either get the city to do it for $200 or hire your own person, as long as they have the certification necessary. You can hire somebody else. Additional $20 fee per unit inspected by a certified lead evaluation contractor or by the city payable to the state for the purposes of Lead Hazard Control Assistance Act. So we're going to just scroll through, just make sure nothing else has been striked out, nothing else is added. And that is it there. And then we always like to look at the purpose box just to make sure we've covered everything. The city is amending its fees for lead-based hazard inspections conducted through the city. And then they will take a vote on that. Again, this is the first reading, so they'll vote yes to introduce it, and then it'll become a second reading where the public can stand up and speak on behalf of this fee. They can speak for or against it. You do not have to sign up in advance to speak on ordinances. You do have to sign up in advance to speak, however, on any other item, whether it's on the agenda or not. You do have to sign up to speak, but not for second reading ordinances. First reading 3.2 is an ordinance amending chapter 239 parts of the municipal code. So it's amending the municipal code law regarding parks. Again, we're going to look for that amendment with strikeouts or underlined text. And here we go. So all material is underlined. Okay, I haven't seen any underlined words or strike through words, so I don't know what they're amending. So we'll have to get clarity here. Let's go to the purpose box to see if they gave any more further detail. Sometimes the purpose box is helpful, sometimes it's not. Amending chapter 237 parks to reflect current rules and regulations within the city parks, sponsored by Councilwoman Prince Airy. All right, so we'll reach out to Councilwoman Prince Airy to see exactly what is being changed. Because there are no strike throughs, there are no underlines, so it's not easy to identify. We'd have to, comb through the previous ordinance and compare it to this. But they're supposed to make it obvious to what the changes are. So we'll reach out to Prince Airy's office to get the specifications. 3.3 is an ordinance amending and supplementing chapter 263, article 4, retail and commercial premises, to prohibit distribution of plastic straws and non-reusable food and beverage accessories by food service establishments. Now, I thought this was already a state law. I thought this, unbeknownst to me, it still needed to be made law in Jersey City. I guess we need to adopt it and implement it in Jersey City. But if you ever order on Uber Eats or Grubhub, DoorDash, you have to check the box requesting utensils. They're not going to automatically give it to you for environmental sakes. They're trying to save on and limit waste, because not everybody uses the plastic utensils, especially when they don't come wrapped. So this will now make it a law. Because there are some places that don't do it, like Chinese food restaurants automatically throw those plasticware in. There are some other restaurants that will automatically throw that plasticware in. And especially when it's not wrapped. Like I know my fiance he doesn't like to use it if it's not wrapped. So it's just waste, the waste of plastic, and it's automatically going into the trash. And we know that plastic isn't the best um, for the trash and for the environment. Um, so this involves eating utensils, extra eating containers, food service stuff, and any food service establishment, even including self-service stations, single-use food and beverage accessories, any item with food beverages such as cups, lids, beverages, sleeves, containers, closers, trays, plates, forks, knives, spoons, chopsticks, stirrers, and other utensils, wrapping materials, condiment packets, portion cups, and all similar. So they can't just automatically throw ketchup in your bag. So you're going to have to request it now because it's going to be a law that they're not going to automatically throw these things in your bag. You have to request it now, especially plastic straws and stirrers. So like for coffee shops and stuff. Single-use food and beverage accessories and extra eating containers shall not be provided unless requested by the consumer. So if you see them throwing it in your bag, you should tell the establishment, did you know there's a new law that prohibits you from doing this? I have the question, how are they making this known? What is the communication method being used so that food establishments know about this law? The first fine is $25. The second violation is $50 and $100 for any third or subsequent violations. So if you've got a food service establishment, if you own one, or if you have a favorite one and you don't want them to, get these fines, because, any fine is going to make the cost of service go up or the cost of food go up, because that's just the price of business. So I look out for your small businesses, especially, and your favorite restaurants, and let them know that this law is coming. So it takes about 30 days for it to come into first reading, and then the second reading 2 weeks later, and then I'll be about 30 days from the vote after the second reading, it'll be put into place. This ordinance for non-reusable food and beverage accessories to protect the environment, co-sponsors is Councilperson DeGise, Spogiano, and Solomon. All right, 3.4 is an ordinance amending Chapter 332, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 1, General Provisions, and Article 3, Parking, Standing, and Stopping. So again, it's an amendment. So we're going to be looking for underlined text or cross-through text. I don't see any, so we'll go to the purpose box. Parking, standing, stopping, co-sponsored by President Waterman. Waterman getting busy now. I'm just gonna put on record, I haven't seen anything from Waterman over the last 3 years, but now that she's running for mayor, I guess she's trying to get busy. Empowers to regulate parking via ordinance. The city seeks to promote and maintain an inclusive and welcoming environment, and to that end seeks to expand relaxation of parking requirements imposed for alternate side parking. So whenever any words or phrases are used in this chapter, the meanings respectively ascribed to them in subtitle 1 shall be deemed to apply to such words or phrases. Commuter vehicle or motor vehicle other than one described herein, parking residential zone. So, okay, so these are holidays. Any of the following days or day in which the following are celebrated, then alternate side parking is not put in place. So of course, this means the sweepers aren't going to be in place. So we know, I think this is an annual thing. They do this every year. So of course, New Year's Day, MLK's birthday, Abraham Lincoln's birthday, George Washington's birthday, Good Friday, Memorial Day, and Juneteenth, along with Independence Day, Labor Day, Columbus Day, General Election Day, the Tuesday after the first Monday in November, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving Day, the Friday immediately after Thanksgiving, Christmas Day. Oh, and not Christmas Eve. So we have parking laws enforced on Christmas Eve, I see. And then it said New Year's Day, but not New Year's Eve. Okay, so take note of that. And a lot of times people have off on these days, Christmas Eve and and New Year's Eve, but you will have to move your car for the sweeper. So dates specified holidays falling on Saturdays are observed on Friday. Dates specified falling on Sunday are observed on Monday. So this was probably just amended to um, apply for this following year. And then they've also included, so I think this is new, the Jewish holidays. First 2 days of Passover, Shabbat, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, first 2 days of Sukkot, the third day of Diwali, the first day of Eid al-Adha, and the first day of Eid al-Fitr. So I know we had a request for this come in. This wasn't previously the case. So this should be underlined because it's new. And that's it. Any questions, comments, concerns yet? Okay. Again, I do want to mention, I go through these fairly quickly because we have many ordinances and especially resolutions. So I'll slow down when you have questions. But for the sake of time, we try to keep it under an hour to respect people's Saturdays. I tend to read a little fast. 3.5 is an ordinance supplementing Chapter 332, Vehicles and Traffic, Article 2, Traffic Regulations, Section 332-8, prohibited right turns on red signal to prohibit turns on red at all times at the intersection of Montgomery Street and Grove Street. I'm just going to say, I feel like we need a sign whenever people enter New Jersey from New York that says we can turn on red unless posted, unless otherwise posted, because you can see a lot, you can tell when somebody's from New York because they'll sit there at a red light when you can make a right turn. And I'm always honking my horn like, hey, go, you can go in Jersey. You can go in Jersey City. You can make your right turn on red unless it's posted. So here's a new posting that will go up on Grove and Montgomery. You will not be able to turn right on red at all times. So sometimes it just has the hours of like school or from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. or 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. But this is at all times. There will be no turns on red allowed in the northbound section of Grove Street and on both directions of Montgomery. So this is no right on red going on to Montgomery North and no right on red going either way on Grove at all times. If you have, and then we'll say, read the purpose box. The purpose of this ordinance is to prohibit right turns on red at all times at the intersection of Montgomery Street and Grove Street to improve pedestrian and cyclist safety. City Hall, commercial uses, transit hubs, and Grove Street protected bike lanes are located adjacent to this intersection. No turn on red restrictions are part of Jersey City's Vision Zero strategy to make intersections safer for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. All right, and welcome to those who just joined. 3.6 is the franchise ordinance granting permission to the Number Spot Inc. to allow the Number Spot Inc. to install a handicap entrance ramp beyond the boundary line of Lot 9, Block 18503, and for the benefit of Lot 9, Block 18503, commonly known as 539 MLK Drive. So there's going to be a handicap space right in front, which is good because a lot of people with handicaps, seek marijuana for medical reasons or pain relief reasons. So it's good that they'll have a parking spot there. If we don't know where the Number Spot is located, we can pull it up on the map real quick since it is in Word app. I'll take some time to look at this. We are a fan of Naima Terry, even though we don't, the Office of Word app doesn't necessarily endorse cannabis locations. We do endorse the nonprofit. We do appreciate the support of the nonprofit organizations these cannabis locations are helping. And Naima Terry has a nonprofit organization along the lines of Don't Sell Grandma's House. So she's going to be teaching Jersey City residents how they can afford to keep their properties in their family's name or at least in the community, like how to find people that look like us, that are like us, that are Jersey City residents and want to stay Jersey City residents, how to contact those folks instead of selling your property to somebody who's out of state or out of the country. A lot of these new landlords don't live anywhere near Jersey City. So this is the Number Spot, and she's going to get a handicap parking space right in front. Okay. Ordinance 3.7 is an ordinance authorizing the city of Jersey City to execute an extension of a lease with the New Jersey Schools Development Authority on the real property at block 21102, lot 52 on the city's tax map, located at 70 Edie Avenue for the purpose of temporary parking for the VIA JC service. So they're already there. We'll pull that up on the map too, since that is Ward F. If anybody has not used VIA yet, I would suggest you definitely start using it, take advantage of it, because it is partially paid for by your tax dollars. The reason why VIA is so cheap and not as expensive as like Uber or Lyft is because it is partially funded, again, by city tax dollars. The city gave VIA a couple $1 million every year. And then on top of that, we gave them about another 500,000 to make their fleet more environmentally friendly. I believe they're coming out with some hybrid cars for VIA. So VIA are these purple vehicles that you'll see now for the last month or more. They've been located here. They relocated from Garfield Avenue to Iggy and MLK. So you see all these purple vans parked here, and the ones that are not purple belong to the drivers of the car. So the drivers of VIA come here, park here, and then they get in their purple van and then start to drive their shift. We requested that there be a sign posted on the fence to let people know how to engage with VIA, how to book a VIA. So if you go along MLK, this Google map is old, so you won't see it here. But on this fence, there's a sign with the QR code for how to download the VIA app. There's also a phone number you can call. Just like calling a taxi, you can call the VIA, but you do have to have a credit card on file. That's the only downfall, is where like taxis, might take cash. VIA is much like Lyft and Uber in that sense, where you have to use the credit card. But it's only $2. Rides start at $2, $2.50. The max you'll pay is like $3.50, depending on where you're going and what time of day you're going. But you can ride VIA for $2 to $3 anywhere in Jersey City. They won't take you all the way to Bayonne. They won't take you to Hoboken. It's only in Jersey City. And the catch is just like the bus stays on its bus route, the VIA will stay on a route. So you may have to walk a little bit. The max I've ever had to walk is like 2 blocks. So like if I'm on Ocean, and they might be on Clerk, they might pick me up on Randolph or something like that. And that's because all rides are shared. So it's just like public transit. Just like you get on a bus with a whole bunch of other people, you get on a train with a whole bunch of other people, these VIA vans will have other people in the car as well, who are getting on and getting off. So you're not in the car by yourself. And I'm going to, I meant to do this earlier on our website. I'll put a link to VIA on our website so that you can learn more about them. I'm gonna take this time to plug our website. We try to make it very user-friendly. We try to get you to the information within one click. So you can find city services within one click right here on the homepage. You can report an issue with Residence Response Center, learn how to find help with the Health and Human Services Find Help portal, look for employment opportunities, housing and rental assistance opportunities, Landlord-Tenant Relations Office, City Planning and Zoning, Board of Education, Jersey City Economic Development Office, Parking Enforcement, Senior Affairs, register your business with the Ward F. Ward F, we are trying to build our list of businesses in Ward F. So please register your business or register your favorite business if you have one. You can sign up to volunteer with the Ward F office, find your block association, and find youth programs and more. So if you scroll down, you'll also be able to register for our newsletter and learn more about the website and all the opportunities. Even have voter registration links and links for poll workers. And then, of course, we have more information on what a councilman is. Our website is very, very informative, and we try to make it user-friendly. You can even access previous newsletters. We also have a community forum page. So if you don't have Instagram, you don't have Facebook, you don't subscribe, or you just don't want to be, because sometimes you start on Instagram and then you can't get off and you're scrolling for days. So if you just want to check out our page and what we've been posting, you can just go to our website. Everything we post on Facebook, it's loading slowly, of course, because I'm broadcasting live on Zoom and Facebook. But everything we post on Facebook and Instagram is also on our website. And we also have the city's Facebook page on our website as well. So you one-stop shop for all social media platforms. We're going to start a TikTok. We need an intern that knows TikTok, somebody young to help us with our TikTok page. Because I'm not even going to start there. All right, on to the agenda items. 3.8 is an ordinance of the Municipal Council adopting the Fayette Broadway redevelopment plan. So Fayette Broadway, I've heard a lot there yet. Where's the Fayette Broadway redevelopment area? Maybe on the drive. Maybe I have a map. Here we go. So this must be in Ward B or C, because I know Broadway is in the northwest side. So they're gonna, okay, so this avenue, this corridor is going to be deemed an area in need of rehabilitation. So that means once it's deemed in need of rehab, development will follow. They're going to be sites designated by the JCRA. There's going to be sites designated for increased density. So look out, Fayette neighborhood. Density is coming. So you'll want to, that's for that ward, but just giving you an example of what happens when areas are deep in need of rehabilitation. That means the gentrification is coming. It's good though for people who are property owners in this area. Let's gentrify our own neighborhoods before we sell them to somebody else who's going to rent them to people who don't live in the city anyway. So it's good to follow these types of land use activities. Welcome, Councilman Gilmore.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
We have
Good morning.
Morning.
Ms. Davis and Gladys on the line so far, and we're also broadcasting live on Facebook. We're up to 3.9, an ordinance regarding the proper storage of road salt and other solid de-icing materials on privately owned properties. All right, so this is in preparation for the winter. And that the salt must be stored on private properties as opposed to public properties. This ordinance is intended to reduce the detrimental effects of salt, lead, and stormwater runoff on surface and groundwater due to unnecessary runoff from improperly stored private stockpiles in accordance with the requirements. So anyone who is stockpiling solid de-icing materials or salt will have to abide by these rules. 3.10 is an ordinance authorizing a lease agreement between the City of Jersey City and Verizon, New Jersey, Inc. for property located at 71 Madison Avenue, Jersey City, New Jersey. So Verizon will be leasing this property on Madison Avenue from the city and for the cost of $1,200 per month and a total rental fee of $14,000 per year. That's not bad. $1,200 per month. It must be a tiny. It's 18,000 square foot. So why are we leasing it for such a low rate? Like that's not the market rate for 18,000 square feet. So we want to ask that, like, why is the rate so low? Is Verizon giving us a discount on our services in exchange? Because all of our city phones are with Verizon. So, I mean, that might be the reason why. On to the second readings. Before I move on to the second readings, any questions on any of the aforementioned first reading ordinances? There are none. Okay. I'm just going to check the chat real quick in case there's some shy people who want to put it in the chat instead of raising a hand or going live. Yes, you can see it. What about the Jewish holidays? They're given special tax not to have them with the cars. What about the residents? So Jewish on the Jewish holidays, they won't have to. No one. It's not just for Jewish people. No one will have to move their cars for the street sweeper on Jewish holidays. Just like no one will have to move their cars on American holidays. And then if there's another religion, if there's like an Indian holiday or Muslim holiday that we have a large request for, we can put in that request too. This isn't just for one religion or the other. We just had a lot of demand for this come in, so the city decided to make it law. But if there are other holidays you feel like we're ignoring, the city is ignoring, please let us know about it. When will they start door-to-door versus meet at door-to-door versus meet at a location?
That was the via question, but you pretty much answered how it works, so I got it.
Right, yeah, that's why how they keep the costs down to work like the public buses. And then yes, renters are paying more than what Verizon is paying for this property. All right, so when these first readings become second readings, that's when they'll have the opportunity for the public to speak on behalf of your neighborhood or in your community and tell the council how you feel. You also don't have to wait for the second reading. You can send them an email. You can reach all your council people on the Jersey City website and email them directly. We also have a list of all the council people's email addresses on our website. If you go to contact your councilman page, we have the list of our email addresses. Speaking of the contact your councilman page, you can also book your meetings with the councilman based on the need for the meeting. If you're a city employee, if you're a constituent, or if you're a land use applicant, we have different dates and times. All of our email addresses are provided for you, as well as our phone numbers. And then if you want to contact all of the department heads or city council persons, which I highly suggest, don't just email one council person. Each ward has 4 council people. You have your council person for that ward letter, and then you have your 3 at-larges. So if you scroll to the bottom of this spreadsheet, you'll see all of your council people, and all of these council people get a vote. So it's not just your council person that you can email. Email all the council people. They all have a vote equally. So I would highly suggest at least emailing for your council person for your ward and the at-larges, because they represent you too, or email all 9. All right, back to the agenda. First reading, 4.1 is an ordinance supplementing chapter 332, vehicles and traffic, article 2, traffic regulations, amending section 332-9, stop intersections to designate the intersection of Van Born Street and Morris Street as a stop controlled intersection. So they're getting a stop sign. More stop signs downtown. If there's a stop sign you feel that is needed in your area, on the south side, anywhere in Greenville, anywhere in Ward F, you let us know. Take pictures, get your petition. Well, we have petition forms that we can give you. You do need, for any law or ordinance that's affecting your neighborhood, the city requires 85% buy-in from your neighborhood. So whether you want permit parking, or whether you want a speed hump or stop sign, they're going to do a traffic study to see if it's warranted, but you also need 85% of your community to say yes. Unless it's implemented by the administration. Administration gets to do what they want. But they need to get the votes from the council. So they're putting a stop sign here on Van Born Street, north and south, at the Morris Street intersection. And 4.2 is an ordinance supplementing chapter 332, vehicles and traffic, article 3, parking, standing, and stopping, amending section 332-24.1, limited duration parking along Mallory Avenue at Williams Avenue. So they'll have limited duration parking on the west side, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., 15 minutes. So no parking for more than 15 minutes. Wow, that's on Mallory. 4.3 is an ordinance supplementing chapter 332 vehicles and traffic, article 9, parking for the disabled of the Jersey City Code designating a reserved parking space at various locations throughout the city. So disabled persons applied, they put in applications for these locations, and these locations will then be deemed available for handicap parking only. 4.4 is an ordinance supplementing chapter 332 vehicles and traffic, article 5678, permit parking, amending section 332-58 parking restrictions in residential zones to extend parking zone 2 to include Newark Avenue between Senate Place and Tunley Avenue. So here is permit parking. They're extending the zone to include Newark Avenue between Senate Place, Tunley Avenue, and Waldo Avenue. Again, if you want something like this enforced in your neighborhood, where no person shall park a vehicle in excess of 2 hours between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, except holidays, without a valid permit upon any street or any parts. You just need to send an email to our office. We'll reply with the petition where you need to get 85% of your block signatures. We suggest not just your block, but the blocks to the left and the right, and the blocks to the north and the south, because it's going to affect them too. If you put in permit parking on your block, that means everybody's going to be parking on the blocks on the other blocks in the area where there isn't permit parking. So they don't come out and speak out against your request. I would definitely get buy-in from them as well. And then these can also be changed. We can say 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. But again, that has to be on the document that on the petition document that people are signing. You can't get your petitions for one set of time and then change that request. But reach out to our office. We'll give you all the information required if you'd like to get permit parking in your neighborhood. 4.5 is an ordinance amending ordinance 23-093, authorizing the execution of 3 financial agreements. With whom? So we'll go down to the purpose box. See if they give us any more information. And they don't. This is the second reading, so it got introduced already. City recognizes that tax exemptions are important by obtaining development. So these are financial agreements regarding annual service charges and tax exemptions. With whom? So the mayor or business administrator hereby authorizes an execution of tax exemption final agreement with the redevelopment of condominium regime 1, Bayfront A. Okay, so this is for Bayfront because it's 30% affordable. Okay, it's been a while since our last meeting, so I don't remember these second readings. 4.6 is an ordinance amendment to the Journal Square 2060 redevelopment plan regarding inclusion of a mandatory affordable housing requirement, along with the updates to some bulk signage and usage standards amended. Boggiano's office worked closely with the community on this. So we are, they've asked us to support Boggiano's requests. And normally that's what the council tends to do, is support the request of the councilman and vote in that councilman's favor because he knows his ward best. He or she knows their ward best. Any questions, comments, concerns regarding second readings before we move on to resolutions? I see no hands raised. I see no comments. Okay, so far we've got 22 people signed up to speak publicly. Again, if you would like to speak publicly, you do need to sign up in advance. Just go to our caucus page, the community caucus page on our website, everythingwordf.com, and you can scan this item right here, to scan this QR code to sign up to speak. Otherwise, you'll have to go to the Jersey City website and click on the sign up to speak link, which is down here below, public speaking requests. It's a couple of clicks. Our QR code gets straight to it though. So you'll request to speak, click again, and then you'll put in your name, your phone number, email, and provide the agenda item or ordinance number that you wish to speak on, or not. You can just say, I want to just speak during the public hearing section to speak on anything you want. You don't have to stick to any type of item number when you sign up to speak. It's your prerogative. Well, these are all letters. If you want a copy of any of these letters, we don't review all of these. We don't get those copies in advance. There are no links provided to these letters. But there are all correspondences with the administration regarding the implementation of an ordinance, or the request to amend an ordinance, or yeah, all things having to do with projects already in progress. But you can email us for a copy. We'll forward that email to Sean Gallagher and forward you a copy in PDF form. These are all letters. A lot of these are like requests for payment, requests for block parties, requests for future ordinances or resolutions. Reports of directors, same thing. You can request a copy through our office and we'll forward it to Sean Gallagher and he'll send us a PDF. On to the resolutions. This is how the city spends your money. So ordinances are laws that are being changed or added. Resolutions is how we spend your money. Anytime any office is spending more than $45,000, they have to get it approved by the city council. So 10.1 is a resolution honoring, resolutions are also recognitions. So it's either a something that we're paying or someone that we're recognizing and putting on the record. Either way, it has to pass council vote. So this is a resolution honoring the life and legacy of Christopher Anglaise. So he went to Hudson Catholic High School. They have his whole bio there. His family will probably be there to accept this recognition. 10.2 is a resolution honoring the life and legacy of Clarence Coach C. Collins. This was sponsored by the Office of Councilman Gilmore. We know this is a big void now in the community, so we want to make sure that we reach out to his family and make sure that they are present to receive this resolution. R.I.P. Coach C. 10.3 is a resolution honoring Friendship Lodge number 44 F and AM PHA as Lodge of the Year. 10.4 is a resolution recognizing contributions and achievements of Eddie B's. 10.5 is a resolution authorizing the city of Jersey City to accept as a loan a painting from Miss Ann Babu. So Ann Babu is lending us a painting of Montgomery Street created by the deceased Jersey City artist Michael Fairbach. So we're going to showcase the artwork. It doesn't say where we're going to showcase the artwork. We're going to have to get insurance for it, I'm sure. So it's going to be up at City Hall. 10.6 is a resolution awarding a professional services agreement to Ronald P. Mondello, PC, to provide legal advice and counsel to the Jersey City Cannabis Control Board. Very much so needed. We just received an update of the Ward F cannabis locations. So if you're interested in that, just send us an email. We'll forward that to you. 10.7 is a resolution authorizing a license agreement with Joseph Brewer, owner, allowing the city of Jersey City to enter the property owned by the property to use space on the owner's property in connection with the Jersey City Mural Arts Program. 10.8 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a license and gift agreement between the city of Jersey City and the Hamilton Park Conservancy to allow for upgrades and repairs to the tennis court facility at Hamilton Park. 10.9 is a resolution, one, introducing and approving the 2024 budget of the West Side Avenue Special Improvement District, directing the city clerk to publicly advertise the budget and schedule a public hearing, directing the tax assessor to prepare an assessment roll for the properties within the district based on the budget. So we recently passed the Jackson Hill SID budget, and they're hosting meetings. So if you own a business along the MLK or Monticello corridor, be sure to reach out to us and we'll forward you their information, because they're gathering, they're basically redoing their role, and making sure that they know of all the businesses and they have all the businesses registered along MLK and Monticello. This way we can make sure that the SID who is responsible for keeping this corridor clean and swept and patrolled by off-duty officers. We want to make sure all the businesses are enrolled, so they're paying into the SID to make the SID that much stronger. So they're having quarterly meetings in each section of the MLK Monticello corridor. 10.10 is a resolution accepting the 2024-2025 assessment roll of the Journal Square Special Improvement District of the City of Jersey City. 10.11 is a resolution adopting and ratifying the 2024 budget of the Journal Square Special Improvement District of the City of Jersey City. 10.12 is a resolution ratifying the award of professional services agreement with the Murphy Orlando LLC to provide legal services in various EEO matters. So this is equal employment opportunity matters. So this is with regards to employees that might be suing the city. And we are paying them $150 an hour, not to exceed $60,000. 10.13 is a resolution authorizing the award of contract to AAA Emergency Supply, Inc. for the self-contained breathing apparatus, SCBA, maintenance parts and supplies under state contract of the Department of Public Safety, Division of Fire. 10.14 is a resolution authorizing an award of contract to Turnout and Safety, Inc. for personal protective equipment, PPE, for firefighter uniforms, equipment, and gear through the New Jersey Cooperative Purchasing Alliance, Bergen County Co-op for the Department of Public Safety, Divisions of Fire. 10.15 is a resolution awarding a contract to Millennium Communication Group to reroute fiber cables at multiple locations under the interlocal purchasing system for the Division of Police. So they're rerouting fiber cables at multiple locations. Total contract is $91,000. I would ask why they need to be rerouted. Like, whose fault is it that they need to be rerouted? For what purpose are they being rerouted? 10.16, a resolution authorizing the award of contract to Lawman Supply Company of New Jersey, Inc. for the purchase and delivery of 45 Auto 230 GR 50-20 Spear ammunition under New Jersey state contract for the Department of Public Safety, Division of Police. This is a good opportunity to ask them to do inventory. Tell us, are you short on ammunition? Why do you need more? What's your current inventory look like? How many times do you shoot? I mean, I don't hear of a lot of police shootings, except of course, as the very controversial in the Jerome Washington one. But I guess they're not making the news. If they are running out of ammunition, when are they shooting? Or is this for the practice range? So yeah, I would expect to have some members of the community come up and speak on this. So if you haven't signed up to speak, please do, and just, ask these questions. The BA is present to answer them and demand answers. Okay, so here are all of the different types of rounds. How often do we buy ammunition? And I would like a report of, because every time an officer fires a gun, it's supposed to be reported. So I would like to see that report to compare it to the need for this purchase. 10.17 is a resolution authorizing a lien against the properties listed herein for the cost of removing litter, debris, etc., in accordance with NJSA Jersey City Code Section 2287-4. So I'd like to take this opportunity to let you know that if you see property or destroyed brush, weeds, including ragweed, dead and dying trees, stumps, roots, obnoxious growth, filth, garbage, trash, debris within 10 days, well, just period. If you see it on your neighbor's property and it's been there for a long time, report it. Call the Residence Response Center. Again, you can go to our website, on our homepage, report an issue. It'll tell you all about how you can reach the Residence Response Center. So there are several ways to report it. You can use C-Click-Fix. You can call 201-547-4900, or you can email rrc@jcnj.org. Always ask for your C-Click-Fix number. You can also submit a request here. This will take you straight to C-Click-Fix, where you can upload a picture and put in the address and the reason for your concern. So but this is related to these liens, because if they don't clean it up within 10 days of being notified by the city will come clean it and put a lien against their property. So don't just complain to your neighbors about, oh, that tree been felled and that tree is hanging over into my property and nobody's coming, or that a porta potty's been on their property for too long and nobody's moving it. This trash can has been overflowing and they're not taking their trash out. Report it to Residence Response Center. This is exactly what Residence Response Center is for. Report it to Residence Response Center. Let them get a citation. If they don't clean it within 10 days, the city has a right to come through and clean it, and then we're gonna send you the bill, put a lien on your property. So this has occurred in all these locations. There's liens on these properties, all these locations. And see West Side. And so we hear, we might hear a lot, oh, downtown is clean. Why aren't we? Well, downtown knows how to squeak, squeak, squeak. The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So we want to teach the South Side how to squeak just as loud, not to each other. Tell the city, tell the Residence Response Center, put it on paper, put it in black and white, put it in an email, and get your click fix number. Let us know that number so we can also follow up and make sure the proper department has been notified and the proper steps have been taken. But you don't see it. Well, we got some Dwight, we got some, I see Glenway Avenue, Holiday Street. So we got some communal pool, we got some water locations in here. So good job. See something, say something. That's the only way. Because there's nobody driving around looking for problems. That was before this administration. Before this administration, we used to have a division that would drive around looking for problems. Philip got rid of that office and implemented Residence Response Center. So instead of being proactive, the city is reactive, and we only respond to the residents' complaints. You got to put your complaint on record. I have to emphasize that every time I have an opportunity to. 10.18 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a memorandum of agreement with the Cooperative for National and Community Service that authorizes the city of Jersey City to participate in the AmeriCorps Vista program. I'm gonna stop real quick because I see some comments in the comment section. How do we go about requesting more shade trees for Berry Lane Park? We can just put in that tree request. Good question. So there is a tree request section on the city's website. Go to the city website real quick. So go to the homepage. We have to go to forestry, and they have a request for trees. So just to show you where that is. That's another button that I can add to the website. So thank you for that question. Under City Hall, we'll go to Councilman, what's forestry under? Parks? Infrastructure? They make it so hard to find stuff. Park maintenance. So you go to park maintenance and possibly is forestry under there. Forestry standards. Let's see if I can find it that way. Nope, that's just a PDF. All right, I'll find that link and I'll give it to you to make that request for trees. I know I have it in my email, but I can't. It's hard to find stuff on the city website. But I'll put the link on our homepage. I'll email it to you, and then I'll also put the link to request a tree on our homepage. 10.19 is a resolution rejecting the sole bid received by the city of Jersey City on April 30th for a contract known as City Hall Fire Suppression Project number 2022. So as this bid was rejected, it was only one bid received. So that sole bid received be rejected, that the contract be rebid at a later date. So the second bid, if the second RFP goes out and we don't like those bids, the third time around we get to negotiate. As long as they don't change the RFP. If they change the RFP, it's considered the first RFP again, which was the reason why the RFP for crisis intervention services was taking so long, because they keep changing the RFP, so it's considered a first RFP as opposed to a second one, where we can also reject that, because after 2 rejections, we get to negotiate. But if we keep calling it a first RFP, we never get to that negotiation period. 10.20 is a resolution of the Municipal Council authorizing the Jersey City Planning Board to study and prepare an amendment to the Morris Canal redevelopment plan. We're going to want to watch this very, very closely. Morris Canal is shared with Ward A and Ward F. So they're opening it up to study it and see who requested it. Normally it's a developer who is requesting it be studied, because instead of requesting a variance, they just want to change the law, so they don't got to request a variance. But with variances come affordability. So sometimes it's better for us to keep the redevelopment plan as is, and then for the developer to have to ask for a variance. Because whenever you ask for a variance, whenever you're asking for an exception to the rule, according to density or height standards, then you automatically have to have affordable housing in it. But if we change the height standard in the redevelopment plan, then it's considered building as is. So we're going to want to follow this closely to see what the recommendations are by the planning board, because they shouldn't just be increasing the height for one building, especially if it's not going to increase the amount of affordable housing. So we'll look at the map of the Morris Canal redevelopment zone. Yeah, that's a big area. Before I have all of this on the east side, very area. If you would like to follow this more closely, we recommend that you sign up to be a part of our land use committee for Ward F. As you find that on the volunteer page. So you can volunteer and sign up to be a volunteer and just check land use meetings, and we'll put you on the list to make sure that you're receiving all the information about planning board and zoning board meetings. We also I'll also send you a recording to our land use training session. We had a land use training session last year. It's about time for us to have another one where we'll show you how to follow land use laws, tell you all the differences between the planning board and the zoning board, and what is a variance, and all of those things. But we do have a recording of the previous meeting that I can show you if you're interested. Back to the agenda. 10.21 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing the acceptance of a grant from the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority and the New Jersey Institute of Technology for the fiscal years 2025-2026 sub-regional studies program to update the circulation elements of the Jersey City Master Plan. Oh, great. The circulation element. So is this how they're communicating the changes on the master plan? Where she has identified the need to update the circulation element of the Jersey City Master Plan to better meet the needs of the city. So what is the circulation element?
Does that mean they're trying to make it a curriculum? What exactly does that mean?
Right, I'm trying to figure out, because it's a program grant amount of $420,000. So sub-regional studies program grant, subject to such modifications, the corporate council may deem necessary. The mayor, business administrator. Let me read the purpose box to see. Okay, they say a little bit more here. Purpose of this resolution is to accept the grant from the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority grant. Excuse me, to update the circulation element of the Jersey City Master Plan. The goal of the study is to develop a new transportation. Circulation, like circulating around the city. So to develop a new transportation plan for the Jersey City to replace the previous element that was last updated in 2011. The primary objective of the study is to address current and projected transportation challenges related to climate change, aging infrastructure, and growing population, historic transportation inequities, and improve road safety for all users. The total grant amount is $420,000 with no local match. The city will seek external consultant support for the development of the plan through competitive contracting. The major tasks of the project management, outreach and partnerships, plan review, existing conditions review, and report development. The project manager for the study will be Elias Guzman. Mr. Guzman is a senior planner with the Jersey City. So we'll reach out to Guzman. We want to definitely make sure that this is a transparent process. We want the city, because the last time the master plan was updated, it was during COVID, and it was not well promoted. You might have had like a couple hundred people participate in the master plan comment period. And that's not even a percentage of the constituency of Jersey City. So the goal should be for 10% of the constituency to participate. So we're definitely going to reach out to Mr. Guzman and ask him what his communications plan is to ensure this is a transparent process once the person has been selected who is going to control the transportation plan for the city. Okay, 10.22 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing the city to accept the fiscal year 2025 sub-regional transportation planning grant from the North Jersey Transportation Planning Authority and the New Jersey Institute of Technology, which will enable Jersey City to receive funding for future task orders. Okay, so this is probably in line with the previous, because we're going to need more funds. So this grant is $120,000. The STP program grant primarily funds the city's position of transportation planner, whose responsibilities include the planning efforts for the city and region's multi-modal transportation network, assists with the management of long-range planning studies, works closely with the staff and JTPA and other agencies as needed in a manner that is consistent with the circulation element of the city's master plan. 10.23 is a resolution authorizing the use of competitive contracting to purchase tree canopy data management software for the Department of Infrastructure and Division of Sustainability. So we have tree canopy data from the Sustainable JC, but I think the canopy had to be redone because it wasn't done by certified persons. I believe there were lay people involved in the tree canopy. So this is why it has to be done again. It has to be done by certified persons in this industry. 10.25 is a resolution authorizing the use of competitive contracting for grant application coordination and compliance services for the Department of Infrastructure, Division of Sustainability. So this is a grant coordinator. We definitely need better grant coordinators and grant writers for the city. 10.25 is a resolution authorizing the city of Jersey City to execute an agreement to install an only bike parking facility on private property located at 95 Columbus Drive. So these are these shelters for bikes. It's going to be on a private property. How much should we be paying for that? Private property location, though. I don't see a number. Here's the bike agreement. Insurance. Liability insurance. So yeah, it's on a sidewalk. Yeah, I'm wondering if we're paying rent to house these bikes. Okay, so we'll have to ask that question. Where were we? That was 10.25. 10.26 is a resolution authorizing the award of contract to Power Concrete for West Side Avenue Improvement Project, Department of Infrastructure. 10.27 is a resolution authorizing the execution of the City of Jersey City of notice in lieu of deed notice requested by ExxonMobil Corporation affecting a portion of the roadway and walkway of the New York Avenue in Jersey City, and authorizing the execution of the soil remedial action permit application and related documents to the property. 10.28 is a resolution authorizing the payment of claims submitted by Acrisure LLC, Regional Risk Managers LLC, for providing insurance coverage. 10.29 is a resolution of the City Council to directing the planning board to prepare an amendment or revision to the General Square 2060 redevelopment plan and the St. John redevelopment plan. So we want to know what Bojamo's office thinks about that. 10.30 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing submission of a fiscal year 2025 Community Service Block Grant application to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs. So Community Affairs will be going for a grant to do what?
Does it, Erica, when they say block grant, the community block grant,
so that's CSBG, that's under the Division of Housing and Economic Community.
Okay.
So they get federal funds, and then they just distribute those funds via various grants. And so the Community Service Block Grant is one of those grant opportunities. So the Department of Community Affairs, the state is going to apply, or the city is going to apply to the state for further funds.
Okay.
A resolution of the Municipal Council of the 10.31 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City awarding program year 2018 Home Investment Partnerships Program funds and authorizing a home assistance contract with Ali Mahmoud under the Golden Neighborhood Ownership Program for an amount of no greater than $140,000 for down payment assistance to acquire a home. So the home assistance contract, this is the Golden Neighborhood Home Ownership Program. You had to apply, and then they had a lottery. I was one of the lottery winners, but by the time they did the lottery, I didn't qualify anymore. 10.32 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing the business administrator to execute a discharge of mortgage covering 184 and B Dwight Street. So they no longer will have the deed restrictions that were under the Golden Neighborhood Home Ownership Program. 10.33 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing the business administrator to execute a discharge of mortgage covering 300 Arlington Avenue. Congratulations to them. 10.34 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing the business administrator to execute a discharge of mortgage to 334 336 Holiday Street. Congratulations to them. Hey, Holiday, is that one of the 95.5 homes? Can't be. Is it? So speaking of the 95.5, we're trying to get in touch with all of the homeowners that own these homes with the deed restriction that says when you sell your home, you have to give 95% of the profit to the city. We're trying to help these homeowners get their equity back in their houses, or at least maintain the affordability period so their taxes don't increase suddenly, because these people are seeing their taxes go up like 3, 4, 5 times what they're used to paying. So it's not one of the 95.5 homes, it's next door to it. Oh, or is it? This is 330. Oh no, it is. I think this is one of them. All right, so I want to look closer into this and see how this affects, because their restrictions have ended. We want to see how this affects their property taxes. These are 2-family homes. So what we're trying to do is get the restriction period extended so they can continue to rent them to affordable rentees, of people who qualify for affordable units. Because once the restriction period ends, then they can rent it out at market value. But that also means you're going to be paying full taxes. So we want to try to keep 2 things. We want to try to keep people in Jersey City affording Jersey City's taxes, and we want to try to keep the units affordable for people in Jersey City who need affordable homes. So we'll look further into 10.34. 10.35 is a resolution authorizing the business administrator to execute a discharge of mortgage covering 112 Astor Place. So Astor Place is also in the Lafayette area. Just want to check and see if it's if it's another 95.5 house, 2-family house. So this looks like a 1-family. Oh no, that's this is in the Monticello area. So yeah, all these homes that you see with the vinyl siding, they were built back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. They were part of a affordable housing program where those deed restrictions are expiring because it's coming upon 20-25 years. And so along with the expiration of that deed restriction comes the expiration of your tax discount. So we just want to make sure these homeowners are aware because they're supposed to be getting notices every year of these deed restrictions, and some were not. So we are advocating on their behalf. 10.36 is a resolution of the municipal council of the city of Jersey City to approve the sale of 78 MLK Drive, Unit 1, Jersey City, authorizing manual Kmite to assume the city's notes, mortgages, and deeds. So we're selling 78 MLK Drive. And normally we give properties to JCRA and then JCRA sells it. So this is the city selling it straight up. This is in Ward A. So the office of Councilwoman Ridley may know more about this sale. I think I saw Gladys. Gladys, is this Gladys from Ridley's office on the line? She's the iPhone. So we'll reach out to her office to see what that is about and what the plans are for that property.
You have a picture of that? Can you bring that up? I know you put it in. Can you actually bring that building up? I'm just curious. It's on MLK. You know who's going for it. I just want to know what it looked like.
It's on MLK and Van Nostrand. So which one is 78? 78 MLK is, hold on. That's 72. I think 70 is a convenience store. It's a nail salon. That's 74. That's 77. So it's across the street. All right. It's one of these. This is.
And they said the city is selling apartment 1.
Yeah, let's look more into it. Unit 1, we're selling it for. So the owners received the home from the City Home Investment Partnership Program funds in an amount of $140,000, and funds in amount of $19,000 to purchase the property. They were recorded in 2020. There was a lien against the property. And having the owners.
So they saying to assume they want Emmanuel, what is it, to assume the city's notes, mortgages, and deed restriction covering the property.
It's still going to stay affordable because it still has a affordability restriction until 2040. So it's going to remain affordable. So this is the owner has executed a contract for sale to property to Emmanuel for $311. So he's buying it for $311. How does he get, like, how is this person selected though? Was he a see, that's my mom who just came in. Michael Griffin just came in. Greetings, Mike. How are you? So the owners desire to sell the property and have worked out with the city to establish the maximum allowable resale price. The buyer agrees to assume the city's notes. Okay, so the owners of the property previously purchased the property under the housing program. They got it for $140,000. Because they got it at a discount, and they qualified for an affordable home purchase by being an affordable home buyer, it had deed restrictions. So they're selling it to another person who also qualifies, but they're selling it at a profit of $311. So the owners received the home funds from the city. The city had helped the homeowners buy it for $140. Affordable housing trust funds from the city in the amount of $20,000 to secure permanent financing for the 4-bedroom condo. So because those funds are still owed, the new property owner, the person that's buying the property, will still owe this. So the deed restrictions are being transferred to the new owner. Is how I'm reading it. Mr. Griffin, do you have any experience in these details? Our office is still trying to get a hold on these affordable houses, and how this one doesn't have the restriction, this one is not a 95.5 restriction, so they don't have to pay the city a portion of their profit upon sale, which a lot of the affordable housing properties don't have this restriction, except for those 200 or so properties that were sold back in the late 90s that do. So this is just a sale. Because they still owe the city money, it had to get approval. It has to get approval from the city, where this is council approval voting on it. But those deed restrictions are remaining, and so this new homeowner will assume the deed restrictions, and upon their sale, they'll still owe the city back. So the city will eventually get their money back, just not with this sale. And so, just in the previous resolutions, the deed restrictions had expired, so they were able to lift the deed restrictions. The mortgage had been paid in full. So once the mortgage is paid in full, the deed restrictions expire. So this mortgage will have deed restrictions put on it until 2040. Any other questions? Okay, that was 10.36. 10.37 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing acceptance of execution of a grant agreement between the City of Jersey City and the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for funding under the CSBG non-discretionary fund for fiscal year 2024. So Community Affairs awarded the City of Jersey City approximately $976,000. So this is the state Community Affairs gave it to this fund, and then through this Division of Community Development desires to accept the grant, so we're accepting the grant from the city. DC has issued the city an initial allocation of 342. The allocation represents a portion of the total grant, approximately 976. City recognizes the DCA may offer lesser or greater amount upon receipt of the final grant agreement from the DCA. This grant agreement will be effective January 21st through September 2025. And it's subject to modifications. So this is more grant money for the city to provide from the state.
So, okay, Erica, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to understand this community service block grant. So is this, am I misunderstanding? Is this something that block associations, if they need money for something or doing something, they can apply for this? Or am I getting this wrong of what a community service block grant is?
So it's not specific to block associations. But nonprofits in general can apply for CSBG funds. So let's go to the Housing and Economic Development website. And on this website, you'll learn about their grant opportunities. And they have meetings, they have info sessions where you can learn more about their grant opportunities. Every year, at the top of the year, they have a public hearing where they let people know the plans of how they're going to spend all their money and all the great opportunities that are going to exist. And then the people can help define whether or not, can help say whether or not they like the plan. Thing is, they don't market this meeting very well. So we're gonna go to community development page. And this is spearheaded by Deja Anderson. Director Anderson is the director of the community development department division. That's the line.
So Erica, can I just say something really quickly in regards to this? Maybe I can help shed some light on it. So with grants like this coming from community development or community affairs, if there aren't any specific restrictions on it, what the city tends to do is they'll use them for different programs that they have. For example, there's a program called Home Loan where seniors can, who are homeowners, they can apply for this grant, and they'll do things like get you new windows, fix your porch if you have a porch, new boiler. I know people who actually took advantage of things like that. When it comes to so if you're talking about something specific to Black associations, if I would say that, you know, if you are organized and you have neighbors who may need work done on their home, you know, they can apply. You can help them apply and get the grant. Now, with these grants, there are liens put on the home, but I think it's like a 7-year lien, just so you don't make improvements and then turn around, sell the home, which a lot of people don't do, but or aren't thinking about doing. But you know, that's one example when it comes to like helping out residents within the community, and then you know, then nonprofits can also apply for certain grants as well. The grants change like year to year. They may come up with like a new program. I don't know what they have, but you know, when money isn't restricted, you know, they tend to create stuff. Well, they should be creating stuff for residents, homeowners, and nonprofits. Businesses aren't under this. So so does it help block associations? In a way it does. It's not anything that a block association can apply for to
If
do things.
they can. If they're 501c3 certified, they can.
But I think it also depends on the type of usage of it, right?
They have services, like if they're providing a service to the community, there's service grants.
You guys broke up. I don't know what you're saying. Both of y'all kind of went out.
So yes, okay. So if a block association is a nonprofit, does it assist with, you said, services? That I'm not sure of, but I do see something here where it says public services. So maybe that's something where a block association that is a 501c3 can apply for based on what those public services are. I guess to like help assist with, you know, the needs of that specific block or residents within that block. But then there are also grants that people can fill out individually where you don't have to be a nonprofit to help you with the, I guess, upkeep of your home. Like if you need new windows, if you need the roof redone, things like that, to help improve quality of life. There's a lot of it does assist with quality of life, and you don't have to be a nonprofit for that.
Yes, some of the have to have there are income limitations.
Yes, there are income limitations, and there are also certain things that you have to agree to, like the 7-year lien and things of that nature.
So, so I just found a page with more information about it. Again, you can go to everythingwardf.com, click on housing and economic development and commerce, and click on community development, and they'll get you to all of these resources of how to apply and all the grants that are available on the homepage of the community development. So you have community development block grant, public services, non-private partnerships, and engagement. So if you're an individual wanting to, and you meet some of these requirements, just click through and see which you might qualify for. And then they do have a video on the community development homepage that tells you more about these grant opportunities. Any questions, feel free to reach out. We can send you the link via email if you can't get there on your own, because I know the website can be a little hard to navigate. The city's website anyway. But everythingwardf.com, again, the housing and economic development commerce button will take you there. I'm gonna close some of these windows so my computer speeds up. All right, 12:45. All right, we got meetings back to back today. I'm going to take this opportunity to let you know about the community led crisis response meeting that's taking place at 2:00 today. If you want to learn more about it, just go to our Instagram page. We have a flyer on our Instagram page and a flyer on our Facebook. Or you can just go to bit.ly/CCRTJC all caps, and that'll take you there as well. But we will be discussing the crisis response opportunity. There's a grant opportunity for the crisis response team. We want to make sure Jersey City definitely has a crisis response team. We also want to make sure the community is involved in the crisis response team and what it looks like. So we need the community to come out. So again, you can go to bit.ly/CCRTJC, all caps, and you can join the Zoom meeting for the crisis response team info meeting. We're going to be reviewing the grant that we're submitting, that we're supporting the Anti-Violence Coalition of Hudson County. But this is not just their grant. This is the community's grant led by the Anti-Violence Coalition, but we need the community to come out. And I just closed the wrong page. Bear with me. All right, what were we on? 37, 38? All right, my computer's a little slow.
These are all dryer bags. Mr. Clean.
All right, let's get on down to it. We should only have like about 10 agenda items left. All right, 38 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing the ratification of an agreement between the City of Jersey City's Police Department and Jersey City Economic Development Corporation. For UEZ funds.
No, okay, can I just? Okay, so UEZ stands for Urban Enterprise Zone. So these dollars should not be going to the police department. The money should be going to commercial districts such as Jackson Hill Special Improvement District, McGinley Square Special Improvement District, Central Avenue. The money should be going to special improvement districts to help better these business districts, to help create walkable business districts, to help promote the business district, to help promote the businesses, to help. When Glenn Cunningham was mayor and we were receiving UEZ funds, things were being done like facade improvements. If you look at Monticello Avenue between Astor Place and Brinkerhoff Avenue, the brownstones, the Board of Education wanted to purchase those brownstones, knock them down, build a gym for PS12 school, and the back of the gym was going to face Monticello Avenue. That idea was shut down. Money was given. Money was provided to help with those facade improvements. If you look on MLK Drive between, I don't know, Myrtle maybe, and Orient, if you look, you'll see that there was some facade improvements there. That money came out of UEZ dollars. So, you know, this money should not be used for police uniforms. It shouldn't be used for police cars. It shouldn't be used for anything that does not improve the business district. And I know what they're going to say is, oh, it's safety, but
No.
we're talking about uniforms.
Like these posts where they just stand there and don't do nothing. Like, no. Especially if they're paying for that. No, this paying for the 24 officers for 6 hours a day per officer, 247 days at the rate of $55 an hour. No, not for posts where they can't move and they can't do nothing, and all they do is gang up on one corner and smoke their cigars. No.
But yeah, I mean, economic urban zones, or enterprise zones rather, those dollars should be used for businesses in the business district and improving it, making it look better, cleaning it up, business recruitment, facade improvement, right? When you have all of that.
I was gonna say, if that SID wants to hire, off-duty police officers, then you give the funds to the SID and then they hire off-duty police officers because they know what's needed best versus this the director of public safety who does not know what is best for our community. Yeah, so we're gonna have to talk to the other council people to ask them to really criticize this resolution.
So just really quickly, right? So the urban enterprise zone was taken away. So there was an urban enterprise zone back in the day, right? There were dollars and it was taken away from Chris Christie and now it was brought back. Now, before it was taken away, the way that it was designed was all the special improvement districts, whatever their budget was, the funds were, it was matching funds, right? So if you had a $300,000 budget, you would get $300,000 from urban enterprise zone. And then that money, you could use it to put on events. When the Heights used to have their festivals every year, or you can use it. You can use it everything from Christmas decorations to banners to, again, facade improvement, and special projects, whether it was, identifying storefronts that may need paint touch-ups, that may need a new awning, business development, where you can host classes. I remember when I was part of Monticello CDC, we used to host classes, and then when it became the Jackson Hill Special Improvement District, we continued hosting classes, and we did that at the Bethune Center, and those dollars paid for that to help move businesses into the future, right? Whether it was learning how to use the internet, getting POS systems, how to design your business where it flows better, where people can walk in and it's open and things like that. So I'm just saying, I just think using it for the police or anything else is just wrong.
Great.
Here's another
So Mike, just let me ask you a question. I know, I'm sorry, Erica, just real quick, because I know you're trying to get through your agenda. But I mean, the main things that some of our block associations and the community is asking for aren't better lighting along our business streets, along
Absolutely.
MLK, even
And-
our side streets. Why can't we get better lighting? Why can't we get the lighting they have downtown in Little India over there? I mean,
Right.
why
So-
is that money not going towards things like that?
And that is what the urban enterprise zone dollars should be used for. Everything that you just said, better lighting, streetscape improvement, all of this stuff should be, this money should be used for those type of improvements. So yes, so the things that we're asking for, the money is actually there, but they're not using it correctly. And to be honest with you, you see the way they're using it now. This is why Chris Christie took the program away. He said you're not using it for small businesses. You're not using it for Main Street USA. You're using it, you know, for the police. And it's like, why? Why are we using this for the police? They get paid. You guys have a budget, you know, and now you're tapping in and taking away from the needs of the community, especially urban centers, right? Because all of this, because there's an argument where the better lighting and everything, that's also a detraction from people just hanging around and given the this appearance of deterioration. Right. You don't just need cops. You still need other detractors. You need the lighting. You need,
especially when we're planting more trees, because the overhead lighting that we have currently aren't conducive when we're adding trees, because the trees are just going to create shade from that light. We need lower lights. We need the light posts that are shorter, that are going to be brighter, that will reflect underneath the trees, underneath the tree line. So because downtown they requested that, and we're going to make the same request on the south side as well. Because having a light above a tree is not helping us.
Right, and those are that's the lighting that we have, that you see on Monticello. And that lighting, right, and all of that was through grant dollars. So
another UEZ that is very disappointing. Another UEZ agenda item is 10.39, $1,800,000 for a marketing budget, but this marketing budget is not even laid out. The only itemized line is the senior business associate with a $40,000 salary. So what kind of experience do you have if you, first of all, if you only get $40,000, and then how much are we spending on each of these other items? $1 million. And if this is what they've been spending, they're doing a piss poor job, because nobody ever knows anything about the UEZ program. I just found out we had an UEZ program like last year. Like this is the program that's over the small business incubator on MLK, but no one knows how to contact them. They do not market well. They do not promote themselves well. So miss me with a $1.8 million marketing budget.
This is not what the money should be used for, right? I mean, if there's going to be, like for instance, it says sponsorship of festivals and events. Okay, if these events are in special improvement districts, then that's fine, right? But we're not talking about, and then they're talking about retaining a marketing firm.
That's not fair.
You don't have to retain a marketing firm if, you know, when you have these events within special improvement districts, because these special improvement districts have executive directors, and these executive directors, in theory, already know how to market their districts, know the type of events to give in their districts, know how to promote the businesses within their districts, and they do not need, like, marketing and a smart business incubator. What is that? What's the smart business incubator?
And I need to know what the budget is, because a marketing budget should not exceed 20 to 30% of your total budget. $1.8 million is the total UEZ budget. $30 million. Like I don't see why this budget is so huge. They should be spending this type of money on services, on classes, on programs, on infrastructure improvements, like you mentioned. So yeah, we're gonna have to definitely reach out to the council and strategize on how to knock this one down. They need a better presentation than this. This is not a presentation for a $1.8 million of spending. I'm sorry. Anybody else have any questions, comments? Only because I have a 2 o'clock meeting and a 1 o'clock 1 o'clock live. That's probably gonna be pushed to 1:30. But Tina and I are going live at 1:30 to talk about why it's so important for the community to come on board on this 2 o'clock Zoom for the community-led crisis response team. 10.40 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of New Jersey City authorizing submission of an application to the New Jersey Urban Enterprise Zone Authority for Enterprise Zone Assistance Funds, again for UEZ, subsidy grant of $2 million. So again, we're qualifying for these grants. We're gonna get these grants, but how are we spending this money? 10.41 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing submission of an application to the Jersey City, again, Urban Enterprise Zone Authority for more funds, $1.8 million. So yeah. So all these are UEZ funds, but we definitely need to pay attention to how they're spending this money. So this for SID service support for $250,000 each to pay for staffing, street maintenance, beautification. But the marketing budget should not equate to the to this. Like
Right.
It should be a
200,
percentage.
yeah. Right.
10.42 is a resolution of the Municipal Council of the City of Jersey City authorizing the submission of an application to another application for UEZ funds for $250,000 for their ghost kitchen feasibility study.
What?
UEZ ghost kitchen feasibility study. What's a ghost kitchen?
A ghost kitchen is where people that don't have a restaurant can sell their food through like Uber Eats and things like that. But you don't need a feasibility study for that. You just
$250,000 study at that. Like you just need somebody to do the research and provide the assessment. You could do a simple community survey. Yeah, who's getting paid for this? Who's getting paid for this study? $250,000. You can just ask culinary students, to do a research paper or something. Like, yeah, we are not creating research. We just give money away for these studies. So yeah, all these UEZ funds need to be dissected and analyzed and tabled, at the least, if not voted down. All right. 43 is a resolution of the Municipal Council, City of Jersey City, reprogramming funding and amending program contracts under the Housing Opportunities for Persons with AIDS for program year April 1st, 2023 through March 31st. This is past tense. So this is, I guess, just closing out grant funds. $10.44 is a resolution authorizing a renewal of the contract with Creative Outdoor Advertising of America to provide City of Jersey City public outdoor waste. I have a problem with this. I have a problem with this because it's not working. This business plan is not working because Creative Outdoor Advertising of America only wants to put their bins downtown. They don't want to put their bins in Greenville or Lafayette or places where they won't get their bang for their buck from advertisers. We need to stop privatizing city services. And this is privatizing garbage cans. This is saying we will only get those fancy trash receptacles with the little hole for the cans or bottles, the line for paper, and the larger hole for regular waste. These trash cans are a deal for environmental improvement, right? But these trash cans also come with advertising opportunities on the sides of them. And so this company will only give us those trash cans if we're putting them in places where advertisers will want to be. So again, it's privatizing city services, and therefore they can't meet the need of our citizens, of our constituents' requests. We want these garbage cans everywhere. These are environmentally friendly trash cans that we need everywhere, not just where the rich folks are. And so I reached out about these trash cans and they said, right now, this is only servicing basically 10% of our requests. So 90% of our city's requests are getting ignored by this company. So I don't think we should extend this contract. They're only servicing 10% of the city.
Yeah, why should we, they ain't looking at us, why should we be getting the money? They wanna be, what
They
is
don't
it,
want to put no trash
segregated?
cans on
They
Oakland.
segregating us?
They don't want to put no trash cans on MLK. Nah. 10.45 is a resolution authorizing an award of contract to Sal Electric Co. for the purchase of installation of an overhead lighting system at Persian Field Pool through the New Jersey Cooperative Alliance for $198,000. 10.46 is a resolution authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement with the County of Hudson in connection with a grant application for Hudson County, Jersey City Transitional Grant Areas fiscal year 2025 funding to fund various programs servicing HIV/AIDS. Trying to see how much that was for. 10.47 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a license agreement with the Jersey City Free Public Library for the use of office space located at 394 Central Ave. 10.48 is a resolution authorizing the City of Jersey City Department of Health and Human Services to accept additional grant funds from the New Jersey Department of Health for the 2024 federal EHE grant. EHE, what does that stand for? Epidemic services, ending the HIV epidemics. Okay. 10.49 is a resolution ratifying an emergency contract award to Pet Serve Dog Care LLC, DBA Canine Der Garden for additional dog housing need until the repair of the flooring of the animal shelter intake room is completed for the Department of Health and Human Services.
Well, what happened to the, well, never mind.
Maybe
No, no, speak on that, because wait a minute, hold on. They said housing for animals.
Yeah.
Animal control, okay. Well, they
Yes,
want
sir.
to come up with money for housing animals, but they can't come up with money for affordable housing, get some people off the street. Help me understand something. I'm all animal lover, trust me, but come on. And how much money you saying? What?
It's 20,000.
How much?
20,000. And it's additional housing for incoming dogs due to the instability of the section of the floor at the city's animal shelter to protect the health, welfare, and safety of animals. So is the floor coming up? Are the dogs ripping up the floor? Why is this floor not? And for how long is this going to be?
Wow.
1050 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a license agreement with the Hope Center Tabernacle Inc. for the use of office space located at 394 Central Ave. 1051 is a resolution authorizing the execution of a license agreement with the WE project for use of office space listed at 394 Central Ave. So are we
What's that? What, I'm sorry, what's 394? Is that's the old
the new senior center, I
parking
believe.
authority? Parking authority? 394 was the old parking authority, right?
I thought this was a new senior center that they just
Yeah, but it's still an old building. Because I'm like, all of the stuff is moving up there. Okay, so is the city collecting rent on this? So this is stuff that the city's collecting rent on, right?
They just also, while we're speaking on a new senior building in the Heights, they just moved Veteran Affairs there, Senior Affairs there, and I believe one other office. So it's no longer on MLK. It's no longer
I'm tired.
Okay, and a library is going there. Okay. All right.
So yeah, a library office, and then Hope Center Tabernacle is having a space there. 5-year lease agreement. I don't see no dollars. In the lease agreement.
Okay.
It's a 5-year lease. But they're nonprofits. But still, how do nonprofits apply for this space? A lot of nonprofits need space. How does the We Project get the space versus other nonprofits? 1052, resolution accepting grant funds for the calendar year 2024 for Clean Communities grant from the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. 1053 is a resolution rejecting the bids received by City of Jersey on June 27th for a contract known as custodial supplies. So we received 5 bids and we're rejecting all of them. They exceed the Division of Recycling's pre-bid estimate. So we'll go out to bid again. Okay. 10.54 is a resolution authorizing the purchasing agent to sell various motor vehicles. So they'll have an auction. 1055 is a resolution authorizing the award of an open-ended contract to Guardian Fence Co. to provide chain link fence materials installation for the Department of Public Works. 1056 is a resolution authorizing an award of contract to McCloskey Mechanical Contractors for the HVAC services for city-owned buildings under the Huntington County Educational Service Commission for the Department of Public Works. 10.57 is a resolution authorizing the renewal of an open-end contract to Minos Towing for towing and recovery services. Is this located in Jersey City? Sometimes requiring towing. And it's for unlimited mileage. So it's $5,000 funds, okay. 10.58 is a resolution authorizing an award of contract to Rachel's Michael's Oil Company, Inc. for the purchase and delivery of diesel fuel under stated contract in the Public Works. 10.59 is a resolution authorizing the award of contract to the same oil company for the purchase and delivery of gasoline. 10.60 is a resolution of the City Council of the City of Jersey City amending Resolution 23-853 to continue the imposition of the moratorium on accepting applications. So we're continuing the moratorium. So we're still not accepting any applications because we're still processing all the ones that we previously received.
Yeah, it needs to be a wrap for that. I mean,
yeah, we just need to stop. We just need to stop.
It's capped out already.
Yeah, it is. 10.61 is a resolution providing local support for cannabis connoisseurs LLC to operate a Class Retail 5 business. This is located. Where is this located? 912 Bergen Avenue. Where's that? That's down at A. Yeah, that's down at B. Oh no, it's near SIP. This is up there. So this up in Jones Square. Jones Square got a hell of a lot of cannabis locations. 10.62 is a resolution awarding a professional service agreement to Chasen, Lombero, Mullen, and Compuso to provide defense counsel services related to workers' compensation claim petitions filed against Jersey City. 10.63 is a resolution authorizing the settlement of the action entitled Betsy Grobonsky Biglin and Brian Biglin versus the State of Jersey City, with a settlement amount for $150,000. 1064 is State of New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection and Jersey City Parks and Recreation Program final affirmation for the enabling resolution of Thomas Montgomery Park. 1064 is the State of New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, Jersey City Parks and Recreation Program final affirmation for the enabling resolution. Oh, Thomas Montgomery Park. I said that already. And the final resolution, 1065, to redesignate reserved parking spaces in the municipal lot at 388 Central Avenue for the Joseph Conyers Senior Center and Veteran Hero First Responder Parking. And then the rest of the items are still tabled or deferred. Any questions, comments, concerns regarding any of the caucus agenda items? Gladys says she had to log off.
So Erica, just to understand the resolutions you made, these are that already been resolved? Is that what are you said correct? Are these resolved?
No, the resolutions will be resolved after they get voted on. So these are
Okay.
all requests of the administration. So requests to spend money, requests to bid,
Got you.
request to cancel a bid, request to apply for these grants or accept these grants. Then the
No,
city
we need to show up and go against some of this stuff. This is ridiculous. We really need
yes. And even before you show up, email your council people and tell them how you feel, because a lot of times their mind's already made up by Wednesday. So
Yeah.
show up also on Monday with your signs. You might not be able to speak on the microphone on Monday, but you can put up a sign and say no to these USD funds, correct the way we're spending UEZ funds, like, with signs, so you can still, because they're still recorded, right?
Yeah.
They're broadcast on YouTube, and they're recorded and saved, and the press is there as well. So yeah, I would definitely show up about this UEZ. I would definitely show up about the police ammunition expense. Like, why we need more ammo? We've been shooting like crazy. Like, what we preparing for?
Like you said, are we paying for their practice at the range? I don't know why. Why are we paying for it?
Right.
But that's what it is. Yeah, whatever it is.
Right. And range ammo shouldn't be is a different type of ammo. It's not street ammo. So
Right.
we just clarification on that. And along with their ammunition purchase, they should also give us the log of times that the police have used their ammo. I didn't see that there. All they gave us was the list of ammunition that they're purchasing. Well, tell me why you need it. Give me your list of officers that have shot their gun as well, and how many bullets they shot. Because if we're not using bullets, ain't no need to buy more. Bullets don't expire. They don't have no expiration date. They don't go bad. So why they stockpiling? I do not like that. So yes. All right. I got to also I'm gonna go to see if I get to the Instagram page or the Facebook page for Ward F, because I'd be remiss if I did not promote the 2:00 meeting today. I'm going to be going live with Tina Knowles, the community treasures, because she is out there in the community. She reaches a lot of people in the community, especially people who the exact type of people that we need to be on this call. The CCRTJC coalition is in full effect. We meet on Saturdays at 2:00 and Tuesdays at 6:00 via Zoom. This is so that we can gather community input. We can share the grant draft with the community. This is something that the city of Jersey City did not do, right? We wanted community. The Office of Councilman Gilmore tried to ask and request the Health and Human Services Division to share their draft with the public. And the director, Stacey Flanagan, was like, oh, well, we don't normally do that. But this ain't your normal grant. This grant, community-led crisis response team. The grant and every part of it is supposed to be community-led. So how dare you not incorporate the community? But that's why they didn't get the grant. That's why the city lost. That's why Jersey City was like the only municipality that did not win these grant funds. Newark got it. Patterson got it. All these other municipalities got it because it wasn't the municipality that applied. It was a nonprofit organization in those municipalities that applied, which I was trying to say for the jump. And so this second time around, we're doing it right. We have a nonprofit organization, Anti-Violence Coalition, that is applying for this grant, and it's going to be community-led. We have had about 4 or 5 meetings already, all of them recorded on Zoom, all of them with public input, all of them with input from the families of the victims. Andrew Washington's family has been a part and will continue to be a part. And we want to make sure the community continues to be a part, because it's supposed to be a transparent process. We are doing it the right time. So please tell a friend to join us at 2:00 today, and at 6:00 on Tuesday. If you can't join physically, at least send a letter. At least send a letter. You can email justiceforDrew@jc@gmail.com, and you can email a letter of support for this initiative. We need the community's support on paper. so that we can win these funds and Jersey City can finally have a crisis intervention program. We don't have a Ride Together. The Mayor Fulop turned down a Ride Together. When Governor Murphy was giving out funds for a Ride Together, Jersey City was one of the first ones Governor Murphy offered it to. And Mayor Fulop said, no, thank you. We're going to create our own. That was 3 years ago, and we still don't have our own. So it's on the community to create this, okay? The administration is not prioritizing this, but the Office of Councilman Gilmore and Office of Councilman Solomon are. And we are assisting Anti-Violence Coalition to get these funds, but we need community input.
I think.
But thank you so much. Thank you so much for your joining. Thank you so much for your time. Mike, any words?
Erica, thank you so
No.
much for this. I appreciate all of this. And if you can find out where I can send this so I can get this to the Block Association concerning this CCRT coalition. All right, so I can spread the word on this as well, because I have gone to a couple meetings and spread it, but I don't know if we know about the Saturdays and Tuesdays. So if you can send that over. All right,
Sure.
thank you so much. Enjoyed it.
Thank you. You have a great weekend.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, everybody, have a good one.
Same to you.
Thank you.